New signs tonight, downtown LA is experiencing a remarkable renaissance.
New condos, restaurants, and office towers are sprouting up everywhere, and one real estate deal today really caught our attention.
KCAL 9's Dave Bryan is live in downtown LA with that story. Dave.
Well, that's right, Sylvia Lena. The real estate deal is kind of right behind me here, the downtown car wash. Now, usually you don't think of car washes as meaning much in terms of expanding downtown, but this car wash was bought in 1980 for about $500,000, and it was reported to have been sold this week for an estimated $25 million. You heard this right. And that has also accelerated the whole boom feeling here, and more people now have accelerated the wave of those moving to live downtown as well. In downtown LA these days, some of the folks you run into actually live downtown. Why do you live downtown?
It's convenient. We both work and he goes to school down here, and so it's convenient for us. My commute's like 5 minutes, so that's great compared to an hour and a half.
The cranes and construction sites, both of new buildings and reconstruction of older buildings, seem to be everywhere. And it's not an illusion. Money is pouring in.
Downtown Los Angeles is going through a transition like we've never seen before, I think certainly over the last 50 years. We've seen an enormous influx of capital that's interested in Los Angeles, and not just at a local level, but we're seeing capital come from a global level. We've seen enormous investment from Chinese investors.
Lou Horn is the regional president of the CBRE Real Estate Group. He says downtown LA no longer looks like a ghost town after 5 o'clock and on weekends, and that's because of the construction surge.
This surge of retail and also residential activity is going to start to change that imbalance. And I think, frankly, if you can pick up an extra hour or 2 or 3 in a day because you're not commuting, I think that's a pretty compelling story to be living close by where you're working.
The changes are dramatic. More than 21,000 residential units and 3,780 hotel rooms are either already under construction or in the planning stages. About $7 billion has been spent on construction since 2011. And new condos are now selling for a median price of $523 per square foot, compared to $322 per square foot in 2009. That's a 60% increase in just 5 years. Some Angelinos who have moved away, like Alan Gordon, are now noticing the difference.
I'm an Angelino. I live in D.C. now, and I've been traveling back and forth downtown over the last few years, and I'm amazed at how quickly downtown has revitalized itself. It seems like it's really gone through some positive changes. You don't see a lot of crime on the streets. You feel safe to walk around at night.
And along with all the new residential construction has come new bars, nightclubs, and restaurants, like this modest-looking restaurant on South Broadway called Alma, where dinner can run you up to $100 per person. Bon Appetit magazine declared it was the best new restaurant in America last year. And it's not alone.
Because of this residential surge, we've seen a tremendous number of high-end restaurants that are moving from the west side and from outside of the area, with very famous chefs that are actually, investing in downtown Los Angeles.
Now back to the car wash. No offense to the car wash, but let's face it, nobody's paying $25 million to buy a car wash, but it is a serious reflection of how much the property values have increased here in downtown LA because of this economic surge. We're live in downtown LA. Dave Bryan, KCAL 9 News.